Hey, my favorite gay, me, Brooke, what's up? If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to become one of my little sunflower babies, and also don't forget to ding that little notification bell so you don't miss a beat. I'm out of breath. Anyways, today I look like a mom. So what do moms like to enjoy doing? Books. So these two hardcovers I got when I was with my boyfriend, and this book I got done reading at my boyfriend's house. I'm going to start with the book I've finished reading called Asylum by Madeleine roux. Anyways, right off the bat, I am going to say I absolutely hated this book. The characters were so bland. You didn't really connect with any of the characters throughout this book. And anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is about a boy who goes to college prep in summer, and he goes to Brookline, which is a old psych hospital, and it got shut down because of like legal reasons and stuff like that. And so he meets two new friends called Abby and Jordan. Abby is an artist. She is going there for art, and Jordan, he loves math, so he's going to be, I think, a math person, teacher thing. So can I speak? No. Anyways, Dan finds this old picture in his desk with the warden with his eyes crossed out, and the only cool thing about this book, it has pictures. This is the picture of the warden with his eyes crossed out. So Dan finds this picture, and he says to his roommate Felix, saying, "Did you put this picture in here?" He said no, but there is a basement that has all the old medical records and all this stuff to do with the hospital. And Dan really like triggers me in a way, because he's like, "Oh my god, hey new friends, I just met like 5 minutes ago, want to go to your sudden death with me?" They're like, "Oh yeah, sure." So they go in the basement, and Addie, why keep saying Addie? That's my character in my story, by the way, Adeline, and I kept calling her Addie the whole entire time I was reading. So yeah, anyways, Abby finds this picture of a little girl with like a big scar across her forehead, and she is entranced by it. So Abby is off doing her own research on the little girl and her family, which I find really interesting. Anyways, that's the whole premise. So Dan is trying to figure out what really happened in the hospital when it was a hospital. Then nothing really interesting happened besides a death, and then like a few other deaths. That's about it. And Dan is trying to figure out who killed the people who are kind of friends with him, but like not really. So yeah, that's about it. This is a trilogy, and I'm not going to read the trilogy because that's how much I hated this book. So Madeleine roux, if you're watching this video, I don't hate you as an author. I just hate this book. You might have other interesting books / novels / whatever the fuck. But yeah, I just don't like Asylum because I love learning about asylums and like creepy shit. I love creepy shit. You should know this by now if you know me IRL, or just follow my Instagram and my Wattpad in the description down below. The promo. You know, like creepy shit. So yeah. Anyways, to the 2 other books I got. I'm gonna start with this one because I am so excited that I finally got this in my hands. Wayward Son by Rainbow Rowell. This is the 2nd book in the Carry On series. I think she's making a 3rd one. I'm not 100% sure. But as you can tell, I'm already dove in. And this is about our 2 favorite boys, Simon Snow and Baz, and the others. They go off on a mission. Sorry, there was a gate being open and it really scared me. Anyways, Baz, Snow, and the others, Agatha and Penny. Anyways, they go to America to meet our girl Agatha. And as you read the 1st book, or have seen mine review on Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, you know, I think it was Agatha and Simon used to date, and then Simon fell in love with Baz, and Baz fell in love with him, and they got together. And then it takes place, I think, a few years or months, I can't really tell, when Simon, spoiler, when he beat the mage and killed Ebb, which I cried because I love the series with all my heart and soul. And I got it in the Barnes & Noble's edition, which I'm kind of mad about, but not really, because I wanted the yellow version of Wayward Son, and I didn't notice that they had the yellow version, and I already bought Wayward Son in the collector's edition. But I really love without the dust cover. This is it without the dust cover. It's so pretty, and it has illustrations of the characters. I don't know who. I think this is supposed to be Agatha, then Baz, Simon, and Penny, and then another person. I don't know who that is, but yes. And then in the back, it's also with our boyos. I think they're in Vegas. And I saw this version when I was reading a Clockwork Reader. Or that Clockwork Reader. Oh, it was a better thing. I'm like, oh my god, this literally slipped my radar because I follow lots of authors on Instagram, and I completely forgot that this came out. So I'm like, baby, telling my boyfriend, baby, I need to go to Barnes & Noble so I can pick this up. He's like, okay. So I got it, and I'm so excited. So excited. And I'm already on chapter 5, and I'm obsessed. Anyways, next book is called The Babysitter's Coven by Kate Williams. This is about a girl who babysits. This is really interesting because I love witches and I want to do babysitting, and it's just very interesting. I'm going to read you the synopsis because I completely forgot what this is about. So, 17-year-old Esme Pearl has its babysitter's club. She knows it's kind of lame, but what else is she supposed to do? Get a job? Gross. Besides, Esme likes babysitting, and she's good at it. And lately, Esme needs all the cash she can get, because it seems like destruction follows her everywhere she goes. Let's just say she owes some people a new tree. Enter Cassandra Heaven. She's Instagram model hot. Dresses like she found her clothes in a dumpster. And has a rebellious streak as gnarly as a cafeteria cooking. So why is Cassandra willing to do anything? Even take on a potty training 2-year-old to join Esme's babysitting club? The answer lies in a mysterious note Cassandra's mother left her by the babysitters. Love, Mom. Turns out Esme and Cassandra have more in common than they think, and they're about to discover what being a babysitter really means. A heroic lineage of superpowers, magic rituals, and saving the innocent from seriously terrifying evil. And all before the parents come home, which I find very interesting. I just love when a story starts with a note by a parent, and the child is so oblivious to what the fuck is going on, and plus witches, which I find it very interesting because I am kind of obsessed with learning about witches, and not learning about witches, but learning what witches really do and stuff like that. Very fascinating. And the cover is so pretty. And without this cover, it's honestly the most prettiest thing I've ever seen in my life. It looks like this. It's like baby bubblegum pink. It's like a pentagram on it. And then on the spine, it has Count Dracula handwriting, or Count Dracula handwriting, you know what I mean, font. And I saw Emma Reed's, one of my favorite YouTubers, post this on Instagram, and she talked about it in one of her videos, oh my god, that looks so interesting. So I got that too. And I'm so excited to read these two and give you a full depth of what I think of these two stories. I'm most excited about this one because I love Carry On and I love Fangirl so much. It's one of my favorite, I guess you can say trilogy. Not really, but you know what I mean, ever. So, yeah. Anyways, that is it for my smallish book haul and a book review all in one, because why not? I'm getting adventurous while posting, if you couldn't tell. Yeah. So if you like this video, like I said in the beginning of this video, don't forget to subscribe to become one of my little sunflower babies, and also don't forget to ding that little notification bell so you don't miss a beat. Give us a big thumbs up if you like my book reviews and my bookish videos. I have a playlist all about books, reviews, and anything book related. Also, comment down below if you read Asylum, The Babysitters Come In, and Wayward Son already. Comment down below what you thought of it, and tell me if you think I would love The Babysitters Come In and Wayward Son. And also follow me on all my social medias. It's always down in the description box below. You can stalk me. I always answer DMs. So shoot me a cheeky DM and I will answer. And yeah. That's about it. So yeah. Goodbye. Have a great bye.